Hello everybody, that's a presentation of the final research paper of a PhD course, Intercultural Communication and Language Teaching. The name of the research project is Representation of Culture in Middle School EFL Textbooks. As for the content, first of all, I will start with the introduction part and I will present my research questions. Then I will talk about the methodology, and then I will present my findings and finalize my presentation with the conclusion part. I will start with some definition of key terms and then aim of the study. Of course, there have been many definitions of culture before. Many people defined it, but one of the earliest broad definitions was presented by Edward Taylor in 1871. He was accepted as the founder of social anthropology, and he told that culture, taken in its wide ethnographic sense, is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of the society. The role of English has changed a little bit in the world recently, in recent decades. Now it's accepted as the lingua franca of the world, a communication tool between many people, especially between non-native speakers. According to Crystal in 2003, the ratio of native speakers of English to non-native speakers is 1 to 3 in the world. And of course there have been different reasons of this rise of language as the world language, but can be maybe a subject for another research. And the role of culture also has changed in language teaching. It can be told that the importance of culture has increased, has been an important subject for education authorities and experts in the field, especially in the Western world. Standards related to cultural knowledge for language proficiency in the United States and competences related to culture in teaching, learning, and assessing language in the publications of the Council of Europe are some of the evidences in this respect. Under the light of the literature, this study aims to investigate the cultural elements in the textbooks which are used in public schools in 8th grades in English lessons in Turkey. Research questions are: first, how is culture represented in the textbooks used in 8th grades in public schools in Turkey? Second research question is there any difference between the current textbook and the previous one used in 8th grades in public schools by means of cultural representation? Regarding the methodology, this study has been descriptive in nature. It's descriptive in nature, and I've used qualitative and quantitative means for analysis. Uh, Cultural elements and characters were also taken into account in the representation of cultural elements, and cultural elements were counted in the textbooks, and a categorization was used in this respect. They were divided into three groups as target culture, source culture, and international target culture. Target culture countries are where English is spoken as the first language and speakers from there, like the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Source culture countries are own country of the learners and local speakers in Turkey, and international target culture contexts where both native and non-native speakers can be found, and all the other countries. Interpretive qualitative analysis were also used to investigate the differences between the new textbook and the old one. Regarding the findings, in the first three units, you see the range of cultural elements regarding these three groups. And finally, 29 target culture elements were found in the first book, in the new one, which is used currently in public schools. 16 cultural elements represent source culture, and 26 elements represent international cultures. In the second book, in the old one, which was used in 2014 and 15, there are not any cultural representations in the first 4 units, and in the fifth one, which is about Atatürk's life, the founder of Turkish Republic, there are cultural elements which represent source culture of the students. And in total, in this book, in the old textbook, we see 26 elements represent target culture, 52 elements representing source culture, and 51 cultural elements representing international cultures. As a conclusion, I found that the cultural representation in textbooks, which is used in public schools currently, is limited. The old textbook, which was used in 2014 and 15 education year, consisted of more diverse range of cultural elements. It was found that the distribution of the cultural elements in 3 categories, as target, source, and international cultures, is fairly balanced in both of the books. And in both of the books, most of cultural representations are in several units. They gathered around in the same units in both of the books, and most of the characters in the books does not represent any culture actually. For instance, there are not many references of the source culture of the students by means of characters. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for listening and watching.